So y'all remember this girl, you know, the girl that decided that, you know, she's going to tell a story and call everybody her friends were dating some broke ass ninjas. Yeah, guess what happened? They fired her ass. They blew up her job. They found out where she worked and they blew up her job, baby. And she doubled down. This was her double down video because they made her take the other video down. But she had the nerve to double down and didn't think nobody was going to find you and locate your job. I even called your job. I sure did. I called it. That thing is blocked. You can't even leave a message. They blew up your jobs. This is what happens when you spew hate on the internet. It lasts forever. Good luck finding another job, because as soon as they see your face and other people see your face, they're going to come back to these videos that are saved forever in people's shit. And you're going to lose that job too, because no one wants a racy individual at their establishment.
You want to know something else? Did you know her account got banned on TikTok? Oh, Pookie. Trying to piss off black people in 2024 needs to die. I say we go for everyone. Everyone that's trying to sit here and rage bait, against black people. I'm not even going to duet videos anymore. I'm not even going to stitch them. We just going to report jobs. All 2024. Oh, and homophobic people that like to use the F slur too at 5 million followers. I think I should start reporting their jobs too.
They say one word and my life is completely turned upside down because of one word. That's not America. That's not freedom. That's living in a country where political correctness...
Language is a bit of a chameleon, isn't it? You see, humans have used language for millennia in order to share and receive ideas, emotions, thoughts, passing down generations of storytelling in all its beautiful forms. But language can also be violence, especially when it's used by people who look like you and me, and who use it in a very intentional way to perpetrate oppression, abuse, and racism against a marginalized group of people who historically have been victimized for centuries by that very word and all that it has meant. Here's the other cool thing about language, though. When oppressors get called out on their bullshit, they use language in terms like political correctness to try to dehumanize the harm of their actions and turn themselves through verbal sleight of hand from the oppressor into the victim. Too bad it doesn't work like that.
Today I want to talk about a story that's going viral for all the wrong reasons. A story that starts with a video on TikTok and ends with a young woman's life completely unappended. Her job gone, her account banned, and her name blasted across the internet like wildfire. In that video, the woman uses a racial slur, no context, no irony, no slip of tongue, just an unapologetic slur, posted online for everyone to see. It was casual, it was public, and it was deeply offensive. The reaction? Immediate. The internet responded not just with criticism, but with fury. The video went viral. People began digging into her identity, sharing her personal information, and contacting her employer. And the employer did what many do in this situation. They fired her. Let's be honest here. Social media is not just a playground anymore. It's a permanent record. And while some see this kind of accountability as cancel culture, others see it as long overdue consequences for people who feel emboldened to spew hate in public spaces. But this isn't just a video about one person. It's about the world we are in right now, where a few seconds online can define your entire life, where hate has a platform, but so does justice, and where people are finally saying no more. This is not just a reaction, it's a reckoning. Let's go deeper into how this situation unfolded and why it matters. After the slur-laced video surfaced, it spread like digital fire. People all over the internet shared it, stitched it, reacted to it, and with every share, the backlash grew louder. Soon, people began doing what we've seen time and time again. They started uncovering who she really was, her name, her location, her job. Some people call that doxing. Others call it holding someone accountable. And I think both realities can exist at once. There is no denying that when you put hate into the world, especially online, it's going to find its way back to you, amplified, multiplied, and sometimes weaponized. She reportedly tried to defend herself, saying it was her right under the First Amendment, freedom of speech. But here's the truth. Freedom of speech protects you from government censorship. It doesn't shield you from social consequences, and it doesn't protect your job, your reputation, or your online presence from collapse. Because speech, especially hate speech, carries weight. And when that speech targets a marginalized group, when it reflects a long and painful history of oppression, when it's done with no regard for human decency, people react. Communities react, companies react, platforms react. TikTok banned her account, her job terminated her employment, and people online made sure the moment wouldn't disappear into the algorithm. She lost her job. Her digital footprint became a warning. Her name became a headline.
The girl behind me is currently being canceled all across social media because of something very messed up that she said in a video she posted on to TikTok.
But that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass.
Now, as you just heard in the clip I just showed, I did have to bleep out the word that she said because my video will likely be taken down. But if you haven't seen the original video or you can't read lips, the word that she said starts with the letter N, and she definitely should not be saying it at all. Now, of course, after she said what she said in her video, she started to go viral all across social media, started to get a lot of hate. Her video ended up getting removed. I think she actually privated the video, and then she made an update video pretty much saying like she does not care that she is getting a lot of hate and that she could say whatever she wants because of the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech. I can almost guarantee you in due time she's going to regret the word that she said because so many people on social media are finding out her personal information, like her real name, where she lives, where she works, and it's definitely just not going to go well for her. I guarantee you she's going to lose her job. Like, her life is definitely going to go downhill after this, and I'm just really curious to know your thoughts about this entire situation.
Some might say this is cancel culture run wild, but let's be honest. There is difference between cancel culture and consequences culture. We need to stop pretending that hate speech is harmless just because it's online. The internet is real life, and actions, even digital ones, have real world effects. This incident isn't just a cautionary tale. It's a mirror, a reflection of where we are as a society and what we will and wouldn't tolerate. Let's talk about what this means, not just for her, but for all of us. This situation, painful and chaotic as it is, brings up some uncomfortable but necessary truths about the digital age we live in. First, the idea that it was just a word. That excuse doesn't hold up anymore. Words matter, especially when those words are rooted in centuries of violence, oppression, and systemic hate. A racial slur isn't just an insult. It's a trigger. It's a weapon. It's a reminder of trauma that so many people still carry every single day. And using it publicly, casually on a platform like TikTok, where millions of people, including children, engage daily, it's not only irresponsible, it's harmful. It teaches the next generation that slurs are content, that hate is entertainment, that racism can be rebranded as just a joke. No, we can't let that fly anymore. Secondly, the permanence of the internet is something too many people still don't understand. That video may have been deleted, her account may be gone, but the internet doesn't forget. Screenshots exist, re-uploads exist. Your face, your words, they are archived, indexed, and searchable. So now, this woman has become a digital cautionary tale. Employers will Google her, friends will recognize her, strangers will remember her, and while she might feel that's unfair, but the truth is, this is the new reality. When you go online, you are not just talking to your followers, you're talking to the world, and the world can respond in ways you never expected. This isn't about training lives for sport, it's about accountability, because the damage caused by hate speech, racism, and slurs is real. It destroys trust, it fuels division, and in some cases, it incites violence. We cannot be neutral about this. Some people are going to say, well, what about forgiveness? What about growth? And to that I say, yes, but growth starts with accountability, with remorse, with action, not with hiding behind the First Amendment or blaming cancel culture, not with trying to rebrand yourself as the victim after willingly using language meant to dehumanize others. because what we saw in that video wasn't a mistake. It was a choice, and choices have consequences. But let's talk about the wider system. Platforms like TikTok have a responsibility too. It's not enough to ban an account after the damage is done. We need better content moderation, better reporting systems, better responses to hate speech before it spreads. And we as users have to decide what kind of internet we want to live in. Are we amplifying hate or shutting it down? Are we protecting marginalized voices or allowing them to be silenced by those who scream the loudest? It starts with us. This case is also a chance to have bigger conversations about racial justice, about freedom of speech versus the consequences of speech, about the psychological toll of public shaming, about digital literacy and the cost of ignorance online. But let's not lose sight of the original harm. A slur was used, a line was crossed, and people were hurt. That matters. To those who feel this went too far, consider this. If a racial slur being punished publicly feels harsher than the slur itself, ask yourself why. Why is it that we often center the comfort of the one who caused harm instead of the pain of the people harmed? We are in a moment where society is deciding loudly that some things are no longer acceptable, that racism, homophobia, transphobia, misogyny, they can't be brushed aside with a shrug anymore. And if that makes some people uncomfortable, good. Change is uncomfortable. To the content creators who call this out, thank you for standing up, for holding the line, for showing that the internet can still be a place of justice, not just chaos. To those watching this who might feel defensive, take a breath, reflect, ask yourself why this story hits a nerve. And most of all, ask yourself what kind of legacy you want to leave online, because the internet remembers. This wasn't just about the TikTok video. It's about what we allow, what we amplify, and what we stand for. So let me close this. Hate speech is not free speech. It's not edgy. It's not brave. It's not a joke. It's violence in verbal form. And when we call it out, we are not canceling people. We are protecting communities. We are demanding better, and we are refusing to let hate go unchecked. Let this be a warning, but also a wake-up call. Our words have power. Use them wisely. Guys, drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. And also remember to subscribe, like, and share as well. And until next time, bye-bye.